Hi, it's Gayleen, and thank you. We're going to talk about how to fill out a sales slip and what do you do with it. So I'm going to switch over and away we go. Okay, so your customer was in. She filled out a profile. You went through the procedure. She decided she was going to purchase from you. This is the sales slip, show ticket, whatever you want to call it. And you'll notice that there's 1, 2, 3 copies, so carbon copies through. And let me just tell you, I have a reason for doing everything, and the reason I like to do certain things is to keep it simple and to do as much of keeping track of everything on one piece of paper so I don't have to add papers and do special papers and all that kind of jazz. Okay, so this is Bonnie Bell. Remember, we met Bonnie Bell on April 2nd, and I got all of her information. So her filling all this out, is, why would we do that again? Because we are going to have a follow-up system that this information is all going to be stored together anyway. So you just need to get her name on there. Make sure you get the date. Okay, what's she going to buy? There's 2 ways to record it. We want, our goal is to sell everybody a skincare set. Okay, so that's what I put on here. We show skincare, satin hands, and they're going to get a color card, so they may purchase some of those things, but I'm just go for, let's just be happy if they get a skincare set. Okay, so Time-Wise skincare set. Remember, Bonnie Bell had combination oily skin. She X'd that off. We figured that out to be correct. She said, I love this. So there's 2 ways to write it up. You can write skincare set combination C-O, and then I just put this in here because you know, sometimes the dots get too far together if you've done this for a long time, so I put the dots back to super easy and super close. So that's a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a CC cream. And a cleanser's 30, a moisturizer's 35, and a CC cream is 22. So that's why I wrote it like that, and the price for that is $87. So you could do it like that, or you can write, she got a cleanser, wide, TW means Time-Wise cleanser, so you know what kind. CO means the formula, the combination oily. It's 30. She bought a Time-Wise moisturizer, combination oily, 35. She bought a CC cream, put the color in, light to medium, 22. Why is this important? Well, she's going to call me when she's out of this, or close to out of it, and she's going to say, Gayleen, I need my cleanser. Well, if you don't put CO, you don't know what cleanser to get her. That doesn't look so professional. So you're going to have this on file underneath her name. So when she says, I need a cleanser, you don't have to say, well, what color stripes on it? You can say, great, I'll get that to you. And you can just go back and look at how we're going to set up her, her file. And you can just look on the file. She says, I'm out of my CC cream. I need it. A professional knows that you can be a part-time professional. Professional doesn't mean you work 80 hours a week at something. Professional just means what you do, you do in a professional manner. And so having these things written down, or let's say she bought a lipstick from you or a lip gloss and you don't, she says, I can't see where it says what color it is, and it's on the bottom of the tube. And let's say this lipstick she bought, and she's had it for a while and it's rumbled around in her purse. Well, she can't read that at all. So she has no idea what color it is. You didn't write it down, so you have no idea what color it is. So now you have to make an appointment, you and her, to get together so you can look at the tube and kind of compare it to the lipstick colors. And then, because you're new at it, you're going to find that difficult, and then you're going to be guessing, and then you're going to sell her something. It's not going to be the same color, and she's going to think, well, I can get my lipstick somewhere else where they can remember what I got. So then if I was selling this lipstick to her, I'd be looking on the end of it, and I'd be saying, one Mauve Moment lipstick. And then when she calls me and says she needs a new lipstick, I just look on her past receipt and it says one Mauve Moment lipstick. So I know which color she wants. Super easy, super professional. Make your life easy. Do it right the first time. And if you don't take the time to do it right the first time, when are you going to have time to redo it is my question. I ask myself, when I catch myself trying to take shortcuts, I say to myself, well, if I don't have time to do it right now, when am I actually going to have time to do it right and do it again? And I go, oh, I won't. So let's do it right here, right now. So I make sure I get this all filled out. So I'm just saying I know now if I say Time-Wise set combination oily that a cleanser goes in that set, a moisturizer goes in that set, and a CC goes in that set. Initially, that might not work in your mind, so let's just write it out separately. I'm not saying you write it out twice. I'm saying you choose either at point 1 or point 2 way to write it out. Okay, let's carry on. Where do you live? Because when you go down here, you're going to subtotal this, and so your subtotal, you're going to add GST if you live outside of Alberta. So in Alberta, we don't have that. GST is 0.05, so 5 cents. You have to multiply that in. What province do you live in? What's your tax rate? I said that the wrong way around. Of course we pay GST, and so I've got these totally wrong. Well, of course we pay GST in Alberta, but we don't pay provincial sales tax at the time of writing this, and the budget comes down on Thursday, and I'm hoping we don't pay sales tax after Thursday, or I'll be humming mad. Okay, so it's 0.05 cents that you multiply onto this. So 0.05 times 87 is $4.35. Let's just talk normal here. Okay, you're going to put your provincial tax on, whatever it is. So if you lived in a province that had a 5% tax, so you're going to have to find out what's your provincial tax. If you don't know, and you have never noticed that before, then just go ahead and look, Google it. What's your province's tax? And then you're going to put that in. I suggest that you put shipping and shipping handling expenditure on every order that you do for $3, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. It has to do with covering your costs for delivery. It used to be that I just did everything free. I don't do that anymore, and the reason is it takes too much away from your profit. I mean, you have to deliver this product to them one way or the other, so that is costing you money. And so if you're driving it there, it's going to cost you some gas. If they live close by, well, you know, it's going to cost you, it's still costing you money, regardless of what you do. And if you mail it, this is going to help to bring down the mailing costs a bit and cover it. So I put it $3 on every order. National Sales Directors Cheryl Steinman said, you know, things have changed in that department with mailing, and you just cannot afford to be doing it for free. So just put it on every order. It's just a natural thing. On every order that you do, it's $3. Okay, so her total's $94.35. We don't discount product, but if she had brought some friends, or it was the first time you met her and you gave her a discount if she came, or if you gave her a discount if she brought X number of friends, or if she was on your hostess program, then using that little sheet of paper that you're going to get from Mary Kay that says what the hostess program percentages are, you would take that off. And so I just do the math, and then I just take off whatever her discount was. So let's say for this gal, she had $10. I'm random. There's 1,000 scenarios, and I can't go through them all, but I'm going to say the discount was $10. So then I put $10 in here, and her total then is $84.35. Most of the receipts I write do not have a discount attached to them, and if they do, it's usually the first time I've seen them. If I gave them a discount just as a lost leader to get them to come and sit down with me and try the products, I may give somebody a $10 discount for that. But after that, no. The only other time they get a discount from me is through giving me referrals, or having a group of ladies over with them, or it's their birthday. And those are the only times that they get a discount. And I'm not sure that you need to do the birthday discount. I like to do it. I just have always found that they always order on the birthday, so that has been a good thing. Those are the only time I discount. I never discount other than that. Okay, they're going to pay you. And they're going to pay you either cash, by check, or by credit card. And if they decide to pay you cash, then you need to write down how they paid you, because when you get home and you've had 4 ladies and you're over the moon that you got $500 at that class, you never thought you could make 10 cents in Mary Kay. This just is more than you could have imagined. You can't remember who gave you what. And you're like, I don't know. Or you have customers who say, can I give you some cash? Can I give you some check? And you go, sure. And you never wrote down, she gave me 50 in cash and the rest on a check. And so you're like, you are talking to the girl who is giving this to you from the heart. Probably most people don't teach you this, but I teach it, because I was the girl who was like, I was so excited. I don't remember who paid me what, and I had money and I had checks, and I was like in a dither. Had I written it on the bill, I would know, and there'd be no dither. Okay, if they pay you by credit card, you have to have a service to put those through. So you either have to sign up for ProPay on Mary Kay. There are expenses involved with that. I think the stats are that if people pay with a credit card, they buy more products. So I have that option. I just think in today's business world, that's how you do it. Or you can have a Square reader if you have a smartphone, and you can stick it into the bottom of your Square reader, put the credit card through. It's sort of like a ching-ching thing, and it will go through, and you can set that all up, and you just go to square.com, I think it is, and you can just use that, and it'll put it into your bank, but you set that all up. So if you're going to use the Mary Kay website and have the Mary Kay website for $50 a year, and you're going to have people that can order online and pay you right online for reorders, then you are going to have the ProPay, because the Square you can't do that with Mary Kay's website, where you can have a Mary Kay. I'm not saying you can't send people to the Mary Kay website to look at things, marykay.ca, not com, just ca because it's Canada. But if you want to be able to have people pay you online when they order, then you need to have the ProPay set up. And that's explained all on Mary Kay. If you have any questions about that, just phone the office and they'll help you set that up, because that's their program and they can help you with all that. The Square is just an independent thing if you want to set up. I think their charges are less on Square. They get the money in your bank account pretty quick. But with Square, they can't pay with credit cards on your Mary Kay website if you decide to go for a Mary Kay website where people can place orders. It has to be through the ProPay option. It doesn't have to be. I think they've got 4 other options there, but I've looked at them all, done them all, and ProPay is the cheapest one to run. Okay, so let's review. All you need is her name. You need to make sure you put the date. You've got 2 ways of writing up the order. You've got to do the math over here. That means that you're going to need a calculator sitting on wherever you're going to do your Mary Kay at your house, and you need to have a calculator in your bag, so you take a calculator with you to every appointment so you can do the math. Do not rely on the calculator on your phone, because if your phone battery's dead, then you don't look very professional when you can't add it up. Go to a dollar store, pick up 4 calculators. You'll have calculators. Everybody can have calculators. I throw them on the middle of the table, actually, at an appointment. Okay, so we're clear on this. We're clear on, you better write down how they paid for it, so you're not at home with money and you haven't got a clue what to do. If they do ProPay, then you're going to have to enter that information at home. I do write out their card number regardless which way I do it. I put their card number in here, and I write the expiry date of the card number. I also turn the card over and get the number on the back of the card, and I'll just write it in here. And I get them to sign it. And that means that they've said yes to this thing, this order. Okay? Make sense to you? All right, one other thing that I do is I'm big on, once somebody buys something, they haven't bought it till I've checked up on it for 3 times. And why is that? Because if they're having a problem and you don't check and they don't like it, or you got the wrong formula and they think that Mary Kay doesn't work for them, or let's say the top is stuck to it and it didn't work, and that could happen. I mean, if it's weird, I always say it's going to happen to me, but it might happen to you too. Or, they open the mascara up and there's a different product in the box. I mean, maybe they were changing lines. I mean, none of that stuff happens often, but if it happens, I need to know about it, and I need to know about it right today. Or right in the next day or 2. So when somebody has an appointment with me, I make this agreement when I'm filling this out. I write down 2 days, plus 1 week, plus 1 week, and then I put PCP mail out. And so here I go. This is how I do it. I write it up and I say, Gayleen, your total is $94.35. Would you like to pay cash, check, or credit card? And she tells me, and I go, great. Okay, so now that we guarantee our product, Mary Kay Company guarantees the product, so I do a 2-day beautiful checkup, plus 1 week checkup, and then plus another week checkup. So, and how I do my checkups is I am going to send you a text. If you're a texter, are you a texter? Yes, I'm going to send you a text, and I'm going to say, beautiful checkup number 1. That is going to happen on, and that's why I always have a day timer with me. And I just look, okay, so if the second was here, 2 days, 1, 2, so I'm going to check up the next day over. So that's the 5th on Wednesday. I'm going to write Bonnie, you know, either I'm going to show you how I actually do the follow-up on this. I don't write it in my book. If you want to write it in your book, you can write it in your book. And it's just her 2 day. Okay? And then I'd have to look, so what's plus 1 week? The 12th. What's plus 1 week? The 19th. Okay, so here we go. 2 days. Wednesday the 5th. 1 week after that's Wednesday the 12th. 1 week after that's Wednesday the 19th. Let's say you always work on Wednesdays, so Wednesday wouldn't be the day you'd want to do it, maybe. Maybe you want to do all your checkups on a certain day of the week. Whatever. Do them all in groups. So if your checkup day is going to be, you could do all your checkups. You could say, okay, I'm going to check. The first time I'm going to check in 2 days, and then I'm going to do all my checkups on Mondays, or I'm going to do all my checkups on Tuesdays, or I'm going to do all my checkups on whatever day of the week works for you. Don't do it on the weekends. I find most people, you know what, they're busy on the weekends doing their thing and they don't answer you. So I do it on a day of the week. I run my business full time, so I can take 3 minutes to send a text and say, beautiful check number 1. Any questions? And I've kind of got it all written out, pre-written out, and I just have to fill in their name and put some cute little hearts and stuff, and then send them. Then in a week I check again, and then a week I check again. And what I'm trying to ascertain, any issues at all with anything? Is there anything I might have to change? Maybe if she's on the combination, maybe she has combination oily skin, but this moisturizer isn't just quite enough. So I might have to exchange that moisturizer and give her the normal to dry moisturizer so she gets enough moisturizer with her set. Don't worry about anything you have to exchange with a person or if they give it back to you, because Mary Kay is a 100% guarantee on those products, and that means that Mary Kay has a replacement product program where you get anything that a customer returns to you, you can then return to Mary Kay and pick out a new product in place of that product. Doesn't even have to be the same product, just has to be the same value. Okay? And that is something you don't need to know at this point, but when you have somebody return or have to exchange something, maybe she uses this CC cream and decides it's either too light or too dark, and you have, no problem, I can exchange it for you, Galen. Okay, are we going lighter or darker? We're going to go 1 shade darker. Great. Well, you know, if it's the day 3, I'm going to make sure she gets it. If we're on week 3 and she's just used the skincare and her skin has changed color a little bit because it's cleaned off so much, then I'm going to say, well, when we get together at your next appointment, let's switch that out. Make sure you bring it with you. And then PCP mail out, I want to put everybody on that. So that's just an office thing that I need to know. You don't have to call her about that. I just remind myself on this that I need to set her up. So this is a long explanation, I think, probably about how to write a sales slip, but don't you want to know how to deal with the money so you can put it in the bank? And then all this money goes directly into the bank. It doesn't go into something and you pick money out of it and you take the cash and do what you want. That's called embezzling from yourself. You can't do that. Yeah, all your money goes through your bank account and then you'll disperse it out at the end of the month or on Friday or on whatever day you decide are going to be paydays for you from your Mary Kay. And so this is how you fill out a sales receipt. If you had any questions about that, you absolutely should send me an email, okay? All right, so I hope that helps you out. I think that I did a great job on that. This is super important. This is, you know, selling somebody something is one thing. Having them be a repeat customer for 26 years is quite another. I want to make sure everything that they get, they are satisfied with, and I always do a 2 day plus 1 week plus 1 week. I get it, I write it down, and then I'll show you in the binder how I make this so easy. This system is so easy. You can do all your Mary Kay work full-time, chase your kids around, be involved in all the things you want. You're going to have to eke out some time, but you can do what we're talking about in follow-up. You can do this on a lunch break. I mean, you can do this at your coffee break. Do you actually have to sit with somebody at every coffee break? Just go sit in the corner and just do this up. I mean, it takes one coffee break. You could send out all your follow-ups. 15 minutes. If you had, you know, you had 5 skincare sets this week, you could do all your follow-ups at one coffee break. Okay, super. Questions, you should let me know. Thanks. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Hope you're excited about your Mary Kay. You know what? If you have an inch of these, it's worth more. If you had an inch of these stacked up, it's worth more than the value of gold. An inch of gold. An inch of these will pay you forever if you look after your customers correctly. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.